Flip, flip, flip. Bring this over here.
You gotta clear your throat.
Yes.
Got a little frog in there.
The frog is in my throat. You know, my grandma, when I was a kid, said she had a frog in her throat once, and I...
You bought into it, didn't
Dude,
you?
I was like... But she didn't say it to, like... She's like, I have a frog. That's what you said, right? And I was like, holy shit, she's got a frog in her throat.
What color is it? Is it green?
It's like, let me see the frog. I like frogs. Yeah.
You
To this
bought
day.
into it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Uh-huh. All right. Hey, real quick, before I get into this stuff, and we get into this stuff, maybe Greg will talk to himself for a minute. I'm going to start a couple watch parties to instigate a few calls coming through and all that such.
You are
jazz.
an instigator. You don't want to hear me talk to myself. I mean, I talk to myself all the time. My wife will catch me talking to myself while I'm walking through the house thinking about something. She'll be like, who are you talking to? Well, it's just how I am. I talk to myself. She doesn't find it weird, though she does find it a little awkward.
I like that you're talking to yourself right now. Just keep
See?
that happening.
Yeah. You know, you sound like an idiot.
Give her.
Play the part. It's all good.
Okay, we got one going. Let's get another going, and then
get
we'll
that thing done.
we'll get on with it. I just don't want to be distracted,
Well,
which can happen.
you've got shiny thing syndrome. You get it real quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to do,
I know.
with all this jazz.
You're the tech guy. I'm just
I won't go that far.
the face for radio. Wait.
We have new scotch. Tap me off, bartender.
Okay.
I tell you what it is, folks, but I don't know how to say the name.
Say
That's
when.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. That'll keep me going.
That'll get you sauced.
That'll get you sauced. It'll get you drunk. One more. We'll share here, and maybe I'll do a couple more, but let's just get into the meat of it, right? We just scarfed down a really great dinner. Holly, thank you so much. Bless you.
Well, at least I didn't get any on you.
Well, that's what you have to say about the dinner, huh?
That was delicious dinner.
Did you guys know that my wife, Holly, cooks us dinner every night we podcast? So in between segments, we go down and stuff our faces.
Very fortunate.
It's pretty incredible. We're very, very lucky.
She is an ace when it comes to crockpot meals. I will say that.
Mm-hmm. And for all the people that have come to the studio to be a guest physically, literally on the show, like
all one.
Mitch and Connor.
Connor. That's
and,
two.
We had Anthony Heller here.
I wasn't here. He filled in.
Every night we podcast. So in between segments, I'm coming through somewhere. Stuff our faces.
Very fortunate.
So, yeah, she's made all of them dinner too.
Yes, she has. We thank you, Holly.
Holly, you're a saint. This drink is for you, and you're gonna appreciate that later. She gets home. Are you drunk? No.
You're just slightly warmed
Stuff
up.
our faces.
That's all you are.
Yeah. What'd you say? Slightly warm?
Yeah, you're slightly warmed up.
Oh, warmed up.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I am kind of warm in this vest.
Well, yeah, you look like the Great Pumpkin, too.
That's right.
Charlie Brown.
Blaze orange. We're blazing it up.
Yep.
It's not what I meant.
We know what you
Let me
meant.
just put this over here. Hey, okay, so welcome to the show. This is the Where to Hunt podcast, and I'm your host, Eric, and we got this guy over here.
Yeah, it's me.
Who are you?
Me has a name.
Greg.
I'm Greg.
I want you to say your own name. You're a big
you want
boy.
me to say? Yeah, I know.
Not
Hooked
meow.
on phonics work for me. Right, meow.
Real quick shout out to our sponsors. We'll do some screen shares here of that. We're going to go to the browser, and wow, look at that. Backwoods Grind Coffee.
There you go again.
This is a coffee company, backwoodsgrind.com.
You're going to go with that. It smells like coffee in
the
here.
website smells like coffee. It smells like coffee in here.
But what if you, farted in here? And
Well, then it smells like fart and coffee.
But, whatever.
So, hey, guys, gals watching, listening, if you head to backwoodsgrind.com, take a look at some of their products. I like to recommend the sampler packs. The 3-pack or the 6-pack. It's a good price point, and you can try a few blends to see what you like.
It's a nice setup. I'd do another one just to try something different.
Yeah, I drink it every day. Every day.
Every day.
The original pre-workout. It gives me the energy to do the show, and if you want some of this energy for yourself, entering code W2H podcast for 10% off.
Wow, you had to read that. Good job reading.
I have to. Next in line, changing boots here. Look at this. Look at this handmade boot.
It's pretty sexy, isn't it?
Handmade. Look at that. Look at these hands on these boots.
You were looking at the hand models.
These are, look at those. Look at those hands on that boot. I'm just saying, like, the big box boots that you see at the big box stores, they ain't made like this.
No, they're not.
Nope. Not by real hands.
They could be.
That's machines.
But not
look at this.
same.
Look at this. Is art.
Yeah, it's hand formed.
Anyway, so this is Gumleaf USA. Check out gumleafusa.com. And these are boots that are durable, they're comfortable, they're flexible, they're 85% natural rubber, they're handmade. If you want to save money on shipping, you can enter in code W2H2019. That's W2H2019.
If you want to be a ninja in the marsh, go buy a pair of Gumleaf boots. That's all there is to it.
Ooh, look at this. What do we got here?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, what's under that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh.
Wait,
ooh.
What are you doing over there?
See that? That's a vest that can help you with concealed carry. If you're a concealed carry guy, that might be what you want. If you like some really nice hoodies, or
that hoodie's pretty sweet.
If you like some fleece flannels with a pencil in the pocket.
Yep.
I didn't realize you put a pencil in the pocket.
Just to be clear, this is a fleece that looks like a flannel.
Yes. Which I wear often. I would be wearing it today, but my son's puked on it for like the fifth time because I wear it every day. Anyway.
Yours got christened instead of mine.
VenatoInc.com. What you want to keep in mind here is that these guys donate 2% to conservation, right?
Yep.
Here it is.
And even though it doesn't seem like a lot, every little bit helps for conservation, and 2% for conservation is a pretty important thing.
So great business model, great products, high quality, really nice, and easy to pay, easy to buy, all that good stuff. If you want to save some money, we're running a special with those guys up until tomorrow, November 20th. That's Wednesday. Yep. So if you're listening to this after the fact, sorry, folks. We'll have to see what we can do next go around, but it's code WHERE2HUNT. So that's the word where, the number 2, and the word hunt. Where2Hunt. That's what we got for our sponsor callouts today. That's it. Nice short list. We like to show you what's going on, show you the products we believe in and use and love. So, got an animal trying to get into the studio. Yep. Rabid cat.
It could be the dog again.
Could be the dog.
He knows how to open doors, apparently. My God.
Yeah, that scotch has got a kick. It tastes like smoke.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so where are you going? What are you bringing? This is the show today. This is it.
Yeah,
we are relying 110% on everybody calling into the show to tell us where they're going.
Yeah, so don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Call in, talk to us, tell us what you're bringing, what you like, what you don't like. Well, maybe we don't want to know what you don't like.
What are you snacking on? How are you getting through the sits? I mean, this is it. So especially for the folks listening out of Wisconsin, this is the Wisconsin Gun Deer Opener. Yep. That's why we're blazing out in the blaze. We're all blazed up, blinged in, blinged out.
Oranged out. Looking like a pumpkin.
Greg, where are you going? What are you bringing?
Well, I should be asking you that question.
I asked first.
Well, I'm going to Grant County, Wisconsin. I'm bringing a freshly sighted-in rifle.
With a new scope?
With a new scope.
Okay. What kind of rifle?
A Browning A-bolt that I've had since I was 16, but I've never, ever put a good scope on it.
An A-bolt?
It's the model, A-bolt.
Okay.
Classic model for Browning.
What kind of action's on there?
It's a bolt action.
Okay, that's why it's A-bolt.
A-bolt. Yeah.
I thought A-bolt meant something different than I was thinking.
No, not so much. I mean, you got a lot of your classic actions, the classic Model 70 from Winchester, and you have the Model 700 from Browning, the A-bolt. The A-bolt doesn't get a whole lot of recognition as like the rifleman's rifle because, let's be honest, Brownings are a bit more expensive than your Winchesters and your Remingtons. I mean, it depends on what model you got, but yeah, you know, it's not it's not a Weatherby. It's a Browning. So I bought this gun. Originally, I wanted to buy a Winchester Model 70. Okay. The model I wanted, they were out of them. They weren't going to make them anymore. So a friend of ours that we bought the rifle through, he was a gun dealer, and he's like, the Brownings really aren't that bad. I'm like, wow, the price tag's ridiculous. He's like, oh no, I can hook you up. We can get you one for the same price. And he did. And it ended up being an A-bolt 2 medallion, a gold medallion. So it's got the nice wood. If you looked at the pictures,
I did. It's got beautiful.
That cool tiger striping in it. I always get a lot of compliments on that rifle, and all the engraving in it and all that stuff. But I've drug it through many a swamp and marsh around the North Woods and here, and shot plenty of deer with it. So it's been a good gun.
Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I'll answer your question in a minute. Oh, look at this guy.
Oh, look, it's Clay.
Hey, Clay, you're live on the Where to Hunt podcast. What's going on, buddy?
Hey guys, long time no talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we just...
You're a return customer.
It's been long. It's
nice
been a
to
while.
hear from you.
It's been a whole hour, so I figured I'd miss you guys. You know.
Yeah. Well,
Way to kick her off.
It sounds like you're going to be a fixture in deer camp this year, so you might as well get your now.
So the nice thing about that, I might be bringing a guest with me next year. So, you know, you don't get me up this year. Next year I'll bring two of us. You know, so it's kind of a 2-for-1.
Clayton's discovered how to clone himself, folks.
Yeah. Hey, keep that on the hush-hush, man. Government experiment. So, no, I mean, we're talking about, you know, where we're going, what we're bringing, all that sort of stuff. So I'm planning on spending the second weekend of our 2-week gun season out at my uncle's. Got 40 acres not too far from my house. So I was going to be headed out there. They've got stands and blinds all set up and everything already. So I'm hoping to get out there for at least a few hours on Saturday, maybe Sunday. And I'm trying to, I want to listen in to see what other people have as far as ideas for, like, what helps you get through the sit. So everywhere I go, I don't have, you know, out in the woods and stuff, I don't have a lot of good reception on the phone. So it's not like I'm sitting there checking Facebook or anything.
Right.
And I feel like...
And when you do, you're burning up battery, especially if you're in an area where cell reception isn't good.
It's cold.
Plus it's cold, and you know what cold does to batteries.
Yeah, my battery just goes through. I mean, it's like 20 minutes. I'm down 15, 20%, and it's like, holy crap.
Yep.
You know, you got to conserve that. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to listening to see what other people bring to kind of, like you guys said, bide the time.
Yep.
So, because I'll tell you what, I mean, especially after last week, sitting from 5:30 to 6 o'clock, you know, last weekend, it wears you out. It makes you so tired just sitting there. Everything you hear, you're like, what's that? Oh, it's a damn squirrel again. You know, so I'm not really sure, like, what else to bring. So if you guys have recommendations on stuff, like, I'm all ears.
Well, I think one of the things is being comfortable, right? I mean, you need a if you're going to sit, if you like to sit a lot, comfortable seat for your stand. And I think layering up properly, you know, clothing-wise, is pretty important. You know, even if you're not wearing all your layers out, which everybody will do, right? We're all guilty of it. We throw everything on. You throw your long johns on, a pair of jogging pants over them or something. Then you put your bibs on and all the heavy jacket. And, you know, like where we're hunting, I'm going to be packing a stand, probably a backpack with some stuff. But that backpack's going to have space where I could maybe throw a pair of bibs. So rather than wearing my bibs out there, I'm going to wear my merino wool underlayers, and then I'll have a pair of, I don't know, cotton poly blend pants over the top of that, and maybe a flannel or something, or a hoodie. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like wearing.
I've done in the past, I do long johns under my pants. Like the long john pants, and then like a long john shirt, like a mid layer, not like a super thick, but not the lightweight stuff. Mm-hmm. And then in the past, I would just do like a wool sweater over that long john layer, and then whatever I'm putting on top of that, like my bibs and my jacket. So that was good to wick moisture, stay warm.
I suffer from the similar, you know, shiny. What did you call it, Greg? The shiny syndrome.
Shiny thing syndrome. Squirrel.
I too am a long-term sufferer of this. So it's not that I get bored sitting out in the woods. It's just, you know, after 2 hours or so, and, you know, I'm not usually a very mobile hunter yet. I mean, it's something I'd kind of like to get into, but, you know, what else are you guys doing to keep your mind,
well,
you know?
You kind of hit the nail on the head there. I mean, my stand and stick setup is just that. It's mobile, so I can, if I get bored of a spot, or just say, you know what, it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen here. I see deer moving further away, and there's not too much happening where I'm at. One, I'm bringing optics, so I can kind of survey the area while I'm in the stand if I made the wrong choice. And two, I'm going to not hesitate. I'm going to get down from that stand, break it all down, pack it all up, and move on. That's, to me,
and
that's...
you're not worried about leaving scent and spooking, rustling up some deer and stuff like that.
At this point, with all the stuff that you're getting into, I mean, it depends on where you're hunting, right? It depends on your style of hunting and what you're doing. But if you're in an area where you're using a high-powered rifle, you've got range out to 200 yards. If you can do that, safely and accurately, or even 100 yards, that's still much more distance than with a bow. You can make you can get away with a little bit of noise, provided you're not right in the bedroom, of course. But
right, and I'm primarily using crossbow so far this year and probably next year, and for the foreseeable future. I actually I enjoy crossbow hunting. I feel like it's kind of like a good mix between the two.
Well, and if you're proficient, it's all guys will rip on other guys for crossbow hunters. I only rip on them just a little bit, but if you don't feel as proficient with a wheeled bow or any vertical bow, and you feel that the crossbow is more proficient for you and you feel way more confident in it, I would rather see a guy do that than have problems wounding deer and getting losing deer. It's just
right.
You're making the right call by going with different technology that makes you more proficient and responsible as a hunter.
Awesome. Yeah, usually, when I was out with Eric a couple of years ago, I think we were talking about 2 years ago, it was a 30-30 iron sight. It was an old Marlin. Mm-hmm. And, I was very, very nervous taking a shot at about 75 yards with the iron sights, and
if you haven't practiced.
Yeah, I didn't have enough. That's for sure. I did not have enough practice. I'll tell you that right away. But, it was, I was definitely nervous taking the shot, and I was really surprised to find out that I dropped it right on the spot. So I was totally happy with that. But I think it was blind luck.
Went and check on him, and he's like, I think I got one, but I'm not sure. And then we walked over and couldn't find the exit wound, right? So he's like,
I was sitting there for well over an hour.
Blood, there's no wound. Like, what's happened? Because he dropped it right where she sat. So she flopped on the side where she got shot, and it didn't seem to come out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, why don't you scare it to death? Like, what the fuck? And we found the bullet and stuff. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
I'll never forget this.
It was a smell thing, man. I had no problems watching it and seeing it, but as soon as I smelled it, that was bad.
What's funny? In 3 seconds into it, Mike's like, I'm gonna have some beef jerky every time.
Well, that's I feel bad for Mike. I really do. He might be listening. Man. I love you, buddy, if you are listening. But man, I felt bad for him because he needs to shoot one this year. He needs to.
He will. We'll see what happens. We got Greg coming along, so maybe he'll be a good omen. But hey, Craig, we got another call on the line, so I don't want to make him wait forever.
No problem, boys. Have a good night. Okay, I'll keep listening.
Great
all right,
talking.
sounds good. I think Clay dropped. All right, we got, look at that. So, Jeff with Low Creek Outdoors. Jeff, you've been a guest on the show. How you doing, bud?
Good, guys. How are you?
Good.
Doing good. Thanks for calling in.
Awesome, absolutely. Oh, we're jacked up. We're ready for this weekend.
Yeah, you got all your blinds and your stands and everything all set up?
Yeah, everything's set up. We're just waiting for the week to get over with and head up. We're going to be in Jackson County for the week, and got my youngest out with me again this year. He's 12.
Cool.
Last year, he was done by 7:30 opening day. He had his 8-point buck already.
Sweet.
Wow.
But we know that doesn't happen every season.
No, but it was good.
We'll see.
We'll
see
some success right off the bat. That'll bring him back for more.
Right.
And then maybe this year he'll starve a little and he won't have quite the success, or you never know, maybe he's got a horseshoe in his pocket somewhere.
Absolutely. We've been bow hunting quite a bit, so he's proven he can do 4-hour sits at a time. So what we do is we go in before, about 45 minutes before light, and we sit all day, and that's something I've been doing since the age of 12 myself. So he's going to have to do the same. So there's some tricks to that I wanted to share with the group if you guys got a little bit of time.
Sure.
Okay. So what he's using a 243 It's actually my coyote gun. It's a bolt action Savage. We shoot 100 grain bullets out of it, so there's not a whole lot of recoil. So he's not afraid of any sort of shoulder injuries while shooting a gun.
That's a great gun, and
that's a good point.
If he places that bullet right, it'll go down just as quick as it would with an .06.
Yeah, and that's what he did last year. It was a great shot. So he's gonna have that with us. I'll bring my 30-06 as backup. We have a big game double ladder stand that we sit together in. We strap in with our safety harnesses and lifelines, and up we go. But man, to get a 12-year-old, or to get anybody for that matter, to sit all day can be challenging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were just talking about that with the last caller.
Yeah, and you guys briefly talked about layering, and layering is very important. Excuse me. And Greg mentioned about carrying in your heavier gear, and that's a key thing to work on. Is don't wear all your gear to the stand. You will be a sweaty mess by the time you get there.
Yeah,
sure.
One thing I learned early on is cotton is not a man's friend.
No.
We stick to polyester layers. Even our underwear. You don't want any cotton against your body absorbing that moisture and holding that moisture, because it will impact your sit.
Yeah, my dad always says cotton kills.
Yep, cotton's a killer.
It does, and I think it would. When I was home with my dad, and obviously they didn't have the technical clothing we have these days.
No, even
30 years ago, but.
Yep, same here. When I first started off, it was a hand-me-down pair of long johns, and I think it was my uncle's old hunting parka from the 70s that was lacking a lot of insulation.
Here you go, kid.
Here you go. All sun-faded from
there.
hanging in the attic, and it was a real peach. Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was cotton head to toe.
Yep, cotton head to toe. Pair of Sorrel steel shank boots with the felt liners.
Yes.
And the only
that were 2 sizes too small.
2 sizes too small, or 2 sizes too big. Just like the pants that went with the parka. Uncle Dennis's pants were quite a bit bigger than me, so the belt was extra cinched extra tight to keep them things from falling down around my ankles.
Exactly.
Well, what else can we find here? Comes to gloves, you always. I think I worked with a pair of grip gloves from Farm and Fleet. Dad had a kind of a wore out pair that he would use for cutting wood. Here, you can use these, and then
right.
yeah, it's some real
go
quality.
Get them, kid.
Yeah, go get them. Dad, do I get a flashlight? No, you know your way. Just get to stepping.
Right.
Find my way in the dark.
Right.
Everything that goes crunch in the woods, you're kind of freaking out. So.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
good old days.
He's my youngest son, so we've been through this once already. And obviously we learn as we hunt ourselves. So
Sure.
No cotton head to toe. Polyester layers. We start with a base layer that's semi-insulated. Depending if it's cold out or not, then you go to a fleece mid-layer, and then we have camouflage blaze orange outer layer, which is your bibs and your jacket.
Yep.
The jacket remains unzipped. Your legs are unzipped. Everything's unzipped until you get to your stand. Keep that cool air circulating through your body.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Once you get everybody up in the stand safely, it's all about keeping them busy. Obviously, we all know if there's deer moving or if the squirrels and blue jays are busy, that helps pass time.
Yeah.
But there are those days where it's just dead, and that makes it tough.
I mean, I don't mind looking at the back of the inside of my eyelids from time to time either.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
Right. The last caller talked about cell phone coverage.
Mm-hmm.
That's changed sitting all day severely. I mean, before that, days could be really long. If you have coverage, a trick that we use is keep your cell phone in your pocket with a hand warmer. Keep that battery warm.
Sure.
That'll double the life of your battery. And then we also bring up these little lithium battery packs. They're external chargers.
Yep.
They don't weigh hardly anything. They fit in your pocket, and they'll triple your phone life for the day.
Yep, and I actually have one that I'm going to bring with. So
you got one right there.
Yep, and you got this nifty one right here.
Yeah,
that makes a big difference. We tried the book last year. That doesn't work well with thick gloves. So that was a bust. Can't turn pages.
No, not so much.
But
Maybe a Kindle.
The cell phone.
But the battery probably suffer the same symptoms. So
Yeah.
Right. You're going to want to bring your snacks. You want to staying hydrated is extremely important. Even though it's cold out and you're not sweating,
more important than
your body's
people
still
think.
evaporating.
Yep, you're evaporating in the cold air for sure.
Absolutely. So make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids. Also bring we bring a bottle to use for number one. That way you don't have to get down on your stand. And there's a couple different manufacturers that sell bottles that you can hang right in your tree. We use those to get us through the day. And if it's really cold out, we'll actually bring a blanket with us so that he can be in his suit. And then if he needs it, he can put the blanket across his lap. It's a fleece blanket, just kind of gives a little bit of extra warmth for him.
Sure.
Probably the biggest thing for us is hot hands. We got them in our boots.
Dude, that is the biggest thing.
Yep.
You put one on the back of your neck. Maybe you put some in your boots. Definitely get some. I got one of those quarterback, hand warming pouches.
I've got one. I had hands them off.
I don't really do a lot with like big, thick, gloves. I just do some thin, shitty gloves, and I got that hand warmer pouch with the hand warmers in there, one for each hand, and at that rate, I'm feeling like pretty comfortable. That's probably been one of my best purchases ever. I've had that since my entire hunting career. My dad turned me on one of those things right out of the gate. It was just great.
Yeah, those hand muffs are killer.
Yep.
So each of us have those. We've got the hot hands that adhere to your chest if you want to stick one on your chest, the ones that go in your pockets, the one that stick to the bottom of your socks.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes a huge difference. And then as far as food, make sure that what you bring is something they want to eat, so that he likes his beef jerky, he likes his Kit Kats. A tip that we have is we always take everything out of the wrapper before we go to the stand. So
because it's crinkly and loud. Yep.
In the woods. Because when things are cold, they're like extra loud.
Yes, they
and
are.
you're trying to open up a candy bar or something, you might as well just bang on a set of drums up there. So that's something that we've kind of figured out over time. And then we've been doing a lot of filming, so we have a little handheld camcorder that we bring with us, and we also have our Tacticams mounted to our weapons. So
sure.
When there's not a lot of deer action, you can be filming other things just to kill the time.
Yeah, you're rolling some B-roll. You're getting some B-roll footage for hopefully an epic event upcoming.
Yes.
I think
and at the end
going
of the
back
day,
to the food thing, I think having some food that can be an activity. So I'm a really big believer in the sunflower seeds because you can make an activity out of that. Chewing them up, spit them out, chewing them up, spit them out. You're not filling your belly. You're not making a lot of noise, but you're doing some sort of activity there. I think that's why I like sunflower seeds so much.
Something to pass the time.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, especially with youth, if they get to the point where they're miserable and want to go, as hard as it is, you want to hold them captive. So
let them go warm up in the truck. I remember there's times when I would hunt the Nicolet National Forest, and it would be, incredibly cold. I just go back to the truck, warm up, and head back out.
And
take the heat on your feet. Let it get your feet out of those boots.
I would kind of do the same thing when I hunted up by Spooner with my uncle. I was a teenager at the time, and about 10 o'clock rolled around. My feet would start to get rigor mortis and start to get cold, and it's like, all right, I'm just going to get down and take a walk back to the truck, maybe go, see if there's some food in the truck or whatever. And it'd never fail. Every time I'd get down and go to the truck, I'd see something on the way, or one standing in front of the truck.
Yeah, or the tracks go right past.
Or the tracks go right past it through my boot tracks. Yep. So,
one of our greatest tactics that we've somewhat perfected over the years is we stay put, because come 10 o'clock, all the neighbors are getting down to warm up, and they're
you
pushing
hear a lot
deer.
about it. And I've experienced it, I know, but not everybody does it. You hear a lot of people talking about it, but clearly not everybody's doing it, because there's, the neighbors are getting up, they're getting restless by 9:30, 10 o'clock. They've had enough.
Yes.
And they do the work for you.
That's been a major, exactly. Which is nice. On slow days, all of a sudden you'll see a ton of movement, especially when there's a Packer game on, on Sunday.
Yep.
That's always a good time to be in the stand, because most guys are getting down to watch the game. We bring our earpieces and listen to them on the phone or with a Walkman when I was growing up. But
Yep.
That's been interesting. But the thing is just make sure you dress comfortable. Keep everybody comfortable in the stand, and have a good time and be safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the be safe's a big one. I mean, the tree stand injuries are aplenty. That's usually the one. So you can go to the DNR website right now, and they have an injury report section. Actually, let's take a look. Wisconsin DNR injury report, or whatever they call it. They have hunting incident reports that they post. So I don't know if it's like mandatory that they have to report these, but you can go look at them.
They're 2018.
They even have them for 2019, I think, right now. Maybe not. What's this one here? So, yeah, 2019. If we go all the way down to the most recent one. The most recent one was October 23rd, Iowa, public. Gunshot wound through lower right leg. Shooter and victim were squirrel hunting. Oh, that's not what we want.
Squirrel hunting.
Shotgun injury to left arm. Waterfall hunting. Gunshot wound to wrist. Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong.
So this is all accidents.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Not just tree stand.
So it'll be interesting to go back into this page, dnr.wi.gov, and then if you just search hunting incident report, it'll show you this. But come into the gun opener, it tells you.
Looks like there's more small game and waterfall injuries.
But if we go back to last year, usually what you see in here are people falling out of the tree stands.
Yeah.
Or before they get into them, they're falling out on the setup of it and stuff. So
there's so much of that going on, with the 5,000 Facebook friends. I couldn't believe the amount of people who were posting about falling out of stands or having their ladder break or the straps break on their stand. So just make sure you get to your stand before season, check everything out, buy a lifeline. They're $30. It's not a pride thing. It's not a macho thing. Strap in from the minute your boot leaves the ground and stay strapped in. It's not worth it. We use Tree Spider products. I have a very close friend who didn't use it. I bought him a harness and a lifeline. I said, "You're too important to me to lose. Here, this is my gift to you." And he loves it. Now his dad's using one and his brother's using one. So get out there, spend a couple, $10 bills and protect yourself, because you need to come home to your family. That's your job.
Right.
Cool. Jeff, thanks for calling in, man. We're going to get to the next caller.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck, everybody.
Good,
Take care.
Good advice. Have fun. Be safe. Good luck.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
We got my favorite trucker. What's up, Chris?
Clark, what are you doing?
Woohoo! I'm talking to you.
All right. So are we playing Where Are You Going? What are you taking?
That's it, man. That's what we're doing.
All right. We collectively are going to the fine burg of Westfield, Wisconsin.
There you go.
And I'm taking a jar of eggs pickled in beet juice, some Imodium, and a digital copy of Dueling Banjos.
Wait, what the hell is Imodium? We got to unpack this shit for a second.
He'll need the Imodium for after he's done gulleting that whole jar of pickled eggs and beet juice.
What the fuck? Beet juice?
Have you ever had them? They're delicious.
I bet they are.
So I've had a pickled egg from the bar that used to be called Pickled Egg in Pewaukee. Not good. I'm not a fan. I thought I would love it. Did not go well for me. I love hard-boiled eggs. I love pickles and pickle juice. You mix the two together, and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Okay, then this is about a 50-50. You're either going to love them or you'll never have another one.
Got it. So, yep. And then what the hell is Imodium?
And Imodium, it stops you from pooping. Kind of blocks everything
you don't
up.
Deal with that in the woods, huh? That mess?
Well, especially if he
no, absolutely not.
And the pickled eggs,
the copy of Dueling Banjos has to do with the Imodium. Actually, one of our hunting party is probably the most regular guy I've ever met. By that I mean he ceremoniously, every time we've hunted together, has requested me to pull over so he could take a shit in a ditch.
He's a real ditch shitter, huh?
It's tradition. So a couple years ago when he did it, one of the other guys and I cranked up Dueling Banjos while he was shitting in a ditch.
Awesome.
And it's become tradition. It's been tradition ever since.
You ever see Super Troopers?
Absolutely.
Hey, you ditch shitter! Do you need assistance? That's great,
Or be
man.
a
What
real
kind of
dick
what do
and
you
just
bring?
take
What are you bringing
off.
for guns and drinks and snacks?
Well, I'm a sucker for a good bourbon, so definitely gonna have some bourbon going on there. Snacks is like venison jerky because why not?
Ooh. Yep. Betcha.
The gun's a Savage 270 with Vortex optics on it, and it is a dead ringer. She is fantastic.
That's a Wisconsin-made company, right?
Yep. And 270 is just a flat shooting rifle. It's a deer killing machine.
Oh yeah. It's fantastic. It is fantastic.
Cool, man. So you guys are leaving Friday, Saturday? When are you leaving? Probably Friday, right?
Friday afternoon, the minute we get off of work.
Good deal. Cool, man. Well, we got to get you some decals for your trucks and stuff. I know you'll
Absolutely.
You'll probably sport them.
Absolutely. All right. Well, good luck to you boys.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
And be safe out there.
We will. You too.
Shoot straight and
All right,
tell 'em,
bye-bye.
not to forget to wipe.
We do got another caller. Let me just clear the board here. Hey, Kevin, you're live on the Word Hunt podcast. Where are you going? What are you bringing?
What's going on? I got a couple hunting stories for you. Want to get your guys' thoughts?
All right, let's hear them.
Okay, I used to hunt in Arkansas with my dad back in the day, and we got lost a couple times, and I'm still scarred from it. I still have a little, I don't know, just a bad feeling about getting lost in the woods. Have you guys got lost in the woods?
You get turned around
Hunting.
from time to time,
Oh, yeah.
right?
It's very possible.
We got a buddy down in Arkansas, so I mean, we might want to connect you with him.
I live in Chicago now, but back in the day, I used to live in Arkansas.
Gotcha.
But yeah, as far as the lost thing goes, man, it was right around sunset. We were hunting. We were chasing the dogs. We heard the dogs. We were trying to follow the dogs. Maybe the dogs lead us to a deer. And next thing you know, we got mixed up, and the sun was setting, and we were just running, trying to find the road. We were probably in the woods for a good 2 hours until we finally made it to the road. We found the outskirts of a road. Someone took us back to the car, drove around a couple miles all the way to the car. Longer than that, probably 3 miles or so. And, man, that was a nightmare. So you guys haven't got too bad mixed up in the woods, haven't mistracked too badly, huh?
Not too badly. Pretty fortunate not to. I mean, been in the habit of carrying a compass, too, as of a few years ago, just because I've been turned around in the dark or just turned around in a spot where I thought I knew where I was, you know, and just the fact that it was kind of a new piece and everything kind of looked the same in there, and all of a sudden I wasn't where I thought I was going.
Yeah, it's happened to me. It's happened
yeah.
up in the big woods up north in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Where are you hunting, Kevin? Where are you going? Are you going this season?
I haven't hunted in a while, but I'd like to. I'd like to get back out there. No, I used to hunt in Arkansas. I used to live in Arkansas. So I did all the outdoor stuff, fishing, camping, hunting. You had the muzzleloader season, the squirrel season, this and that. But now I live in the city, so I haven't been able to get out there. But I definitely like to. You had to get the license and all that stuff. Another story.
Illinois got some good hunting land.
Oh, yeah.
Illinois, I'm right in near the Midway area, but yeah, I could see that. There's definitely yeah, everywhere I go. Also, another story I have is my dad shot a deer, and it was a struggling deer, and what he did, he went up to it with a knife and cut its neck, slit its throat, and that still scars me. Is that brutal? Is that inhumane? Do you think you just put another bullet into it, or take a a knife right to the throat to put it out of its misery. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, it depends on the situation, I guess.
It's definitely situational. It's not something you want to do, but just kind of
safety
depends.
factor too. If the deer is still kicking and moving a lot, I mean, that's probably not a good idea because the deer could turn and catch you with its hoof or who knows. But I mean, some people don't have a problem with doing that. I guess if you're not in a position where you can actually pull your firearm and shoot it, and that's your only option, you're doing what you have to do rather than letting it suffer. You're trying to be responsible and put it out of its misery. Everybody's not everybody's really into that. That's the tough part about hunting is you're taking a life one way or another, with a bullet or with an
arrow
knife
or a knife or whatever.
Yeah, either way. But you try to do your best every time you go out to one shot, one kill, but it doesn't always go that way, unfortunately.
Absolutely. Hey, Ward, thanks for taking my call. I'd like definitely calling another time.
Thanks, you.
Have a good night, man.
All right, you too.
What else we got?
We're dry right now.
We're dry. Kevin called and
just take a minute here.
Take a minute.
So
having some scotch.
Yeah. So I don't think I ever answered the question, where am I going? What am I taking?
No, you didn't.
I think
shiny thing syndrome again.
Yeah, I think we know we're going. I'm going to Grant County. I'm taking my 30-06 Remington 700. It's a bolt action. It's got a Nikon Monarch scope on there.
I had the exact same gun for a while.
Shooting 150 grain. Core lock, something or other, silver tips, Winchester, blah blah blah. They're over there.
There's core lock made by Remington.
Yeah, it's not core lock by Remington. It's the silver one.
But either way,
it's the more expensive bullet. It is not cheap.
No.
And there is cheap ammo, and this is not the cheap ammo.
Yeah, the core lock is like a good old reliable, fairly inexpensive round that you can shoot. It shoots good out of most guns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shooting. You're gonna laugh. I'm shooting not a 30, not a 30-06. I'm shooting a 300 Win Mag.
Okay.
That's the only rifle I own. And I'm comfortable shooting it. I shoot good with it. I like the gun.
Okay.
But I've shot the cheap core lock stuff out of it. Shoots great.
Mm-hmm.
I've shot some of the cheaper Winchester stuff. Right on the money. I've shot some real expensive Winchester stuff. My gun has a tuning device on it.
Yep.
It's a muzzle brake that allows you to adjust the weighting, and basically it tunes it. I don't want to get too involved into how it works, but you can adjust that muzzle brake so it drops those rounds in the pickle barrel. I don't like messing around with it too much. So I kind of find a round that works best. That's not super expensive. Now, I've shot some really nice Hornady. I'm running some Hornady rounds too this year, and it shoots the exact same as the Winchester stuff does.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little more zip to it and probably a little more knockdown power. Will I need it? Probably not.
No, the accuracy is a big deal. So I found when I shot whatever generic Remington rounds were, it was like 20 bullets in a pack, right?
Yep, they're all 20 rounds.
I paid like $15.
It's probably the core locked.
Now I got this other silver something or other. I think it's the Winchester brand. I throw that in there, and I found that I'm, in contrast, far more accurate, or at least consistently accurate.
Yeah.
That's probably the word I'm looking for.
Consistency is key.
Yeah. And then so, bringing that, and definitely bringing a 30-pack, a bushel, as the You Betcha guy calls it, of Bush Light. Although it's been all the talk of the town that PBR has released the 100-pack cans.
They did.
100-can pack.
So are you bringing a trailer to haul that thing, or what?
Mike, holy shit, man. I used to be really into the PBR ASAP. In fact, I actually really like PBR Light, which they make it, and there's a few select bars in Waukesha that serve it. So, but no, Bush Light's good stuff. We'll bring that, and then I'll usually bring a bottle of something to pass around and pull on.
Yes. Scotch.
I probably would do a bourbon or a whiskey, because that's easier to do the pulls. Scotch. I like sipping on my scotch.
It's a sipper.
I don't. If I'm going to be pulling something, Fireball's a good contender.
Oof.
Gets you all warmed up.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. It's deer camp, we got another caller though.
Hey, look at that.
We got Jeremy from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Jeremy, what's going on? You're live on the show.
What's up, Eric? How's it going, bud?
It's good. How you doing?
Doing good, man.
What do you got going on? Fill us in.
Not too much. Just cutting up deer tonight and getting ready for the weekend.
Fucking A, you're cutting up a deer right now?
I just sat down to eat some dinner and figured I better give you a buzz. I listened to Connor's interview with you today, and I was just talking to him earlier. Me and him both tagged out in 3 states this year, so
awesome.
You had some big goals, and for those that don't know, we're talking to a fucking giant of a man. And,
a mountain of a man.
A mountain of a man. I have to imagine when you set a goal, you fucking hit it. So I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm sure it wasn't easy.
No, we tried, man. My goal was $3 in 3 states, and I wanted to do 2 public land, and we got it done. So
wow.
Where'd y'all go aside from around home?
I gotta stand.
I did my farm in Wisconsin, and then we did North Dakota public land, and then I did Minnesota public land.
Very cool. Wow. Yeah, North Dakota's kind of a sleeper. I think there's there's some quality stuff out there. It's going to be a different type of hunting, I'm sure. Not like we have here in Wisconsin or even in some of the areas of Minnesota with a lot of timber. Unless I'm wrong, unless you did find some land that was more timber.
I actually did do a hang and bang in a tree. I was about 8 feet off the ground, and it was about the only tree within 200 yards.
Perfect. You don't have to be high up.
Yep.
You really don't. As long as you got something to break up your outline. And a fella your size, you got a pretty big outline, so you had to be just
you gotta
enough.
Make sure you're not silhouetted. Yeah. That's tricky.
Yep.
That's
it was a blast, man.
Silhouetting. Yeah. When you're looking at a tree stand set up.
I bet that was a blast.
Yeah.
It's something that...
everything we seen was full velvet, so it was a blast.
Wow. What time... I take that was August or September you went?
Yep, August 31st I shot him.
Wow. Very cool. You got something to break up your outline.
Yeah. But, no, other than that, I'll be out this weekend, take my bow out again, and it's kind of nice in Wisconsin. You can bow hunt through guns, so
you can.
It's a nice way to get another buck tag.
Sure is.
Very so cool. Are you
how about you guys?
Well, I mean, we've been out. We haven't gotten anything yet. We haven't.
Yeah, I spent more time. So my situation shook out like this. We wanted to sell our house. I knew I had some things to do to get it on the market. I spent time fixing stuff. And then we went on vacation to South Dakota in August. Before we left for vacation, we put an offer in on a house contingent we would sell ours before we even had it on the market. Sounds like kind of a half-assed deal, but that's how we rolled with it, and it ended up working out. But it kind of took a while. So we finally moved in, got our house sold, and then closed on our new house and moved in last weekend. So it's been hit or miss for me to get out and bow hunt. I'm a bit off this year as far as having the time and being able to put the time in. Last year I did
that's good though.
Yeah.
Got your priorities right at least. House over hunting.
Yeah, have to do it that way.
Got to stoke the home fire,
Yep.
That's what I've been doing with the new baby and all that's been keeping me busy, and and it's one of those things where it's like don't get it twisted. I'm not saying, oh God, I gotta be home. Like, I love being home with my kids and my family, and putting time in the woods is actually starting to kind of go the other direction for me, where I'm like getting pissed at the deer. I'm like, come on, you're taking time for my family. I'm gonna kill the shit out of you when I see you now.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because you talk to some of these guys that I can't remember the guy's name, but he had 30-some Pope and Young deer killed on public land, and they talk about him now, and he said some of his biggest regrets are being away from his family to get those goals done when he was younger.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
and I think
that's a sacrifice I'm not willing to make. I think I hear
that Connor talked about it on your podcast about all the sacrifices he makes, and I'm very lucky. My wife totally supports it. She's getting into bow hunting, but at the same time, this year was by far the most time I put into it, and and we felt it at home too. You know, I mean, I gotta take a step back a little bit because you let the home life go, and that's not a good thing.
No, I mean, it's not just certain projects; it's all the emotions that are attached to those certain projects. You know, either you always felt you wanted to get it done, or your significant other just, wants you to get them done because it would maybe help your quality of life a lot better if the bathroom was remodeled.
A lot of guys with kids, once they come into the picture, you always hear quality hunts over quantity hunts.
Correct.
So I gotta work on that. I put a lot of time in the woods.
Yeah, well, and that's what's going to lead up to the quality versus quantity. You're going to put your quantity in now and start dialing in your spots, and you'll find new spots along the way too, which you can kind of file them away in your memory banks as well. The ones that you had the good experiences. Correct. So, and then you just keep up on it through your late winter, early spring scouting and plan accordingly. That's all you can do.
I think the scouting in spring is a big deal because then when you get that time, your time is spent just going to the spots where you've scouted rather than trying to do both in season, which can be more time consuming to fit it all in.
I mean, I think it's worth doing some in season scouting. Like you decide to go hunt for a day, right? You go throw a sit at a piece, and maybe your first sit's an observation sit, or you're just not really sure if you're reading the sign right, so you pick something that's close and you sit that for the morning, and if you can maybe, if you decide you have to leave to go take care of something, but you plan on coming back for the evening hunt, then you can kind of go, well, I've already been here. I saw movement over there. The sign looked better over there. Maybe I need to throw a sit at that instead. You're just kind of helping yourself out, and that stuff always changes too. With pressure and crop rotation.
No, I agree.
We got to deal with.
How far are you on your deer right now?
I got the hindquarters left on my last one. This is my fourth one I'm cutting up. I did give one away.
Sure.
Nice. Good for you, man. So your hand's a little. You got one good hand right now, or what?
Yep. Yeah. No, it's going good though. I'm hoping. I hit my goal, but I'm kind of greedy, and I'd like to get one more now that I have another buck tag. So,
sure,
we'll see if we can get it done this weekend.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, and where are you out of again? What state are you out of?
Wisconsin, and I'll be hunting about an hour north of La Crosse.
Okay,
cool.
Is that Buffalo?
It's not Buffalo. It's Jackson.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to Jackson.
Trempealeau. Those are all good areas to go. So.
Yeah, you got it.
We'd love to get you in here in the studio. Have you talk about some of the way you set goals, how you accomplish them, how you hit them, your success as a deer hunter, and just as a fitness guy. I know you're really into. I think you run a page called. Is it Fit to? What's your page called?
At Lift to Hunt.
Lift to Hunt. Lift to Hunt. See, I knew it was gonna be wrong because I'm always wrong. But
Eric's wrong again.
We just do it for fun. Me and my wife are pretty into it, but I mean, honestly, we just lift so that we can eat whatever we want.
Nice.
That's all right.
Nice, man. Well, dude, thanks for calling into the show. Appreciate it a whole bunch. Thanks for tuning into the episode with Connor. I'm just glad people listen.
Yeah, thanks for your support.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Cool. Well, good luck with the rest of the
good luck this weekend, okay, guys?
Yeah, you too, man.
Take care.
All right, sounds good. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
We got one more in the queue. A couple minutes left. Get that one out of here. Hello, you're live on the Where to Hunt podcast. Who do we got?
Eric, it's Kurt, man. How are you?
Oh, what's up, man? I thought you were a prank caller. I was going to drop your call.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
It said Jenna T or something like that?
Jenna T hurt mine.
Genesee.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Kurt mine. It says hurt mine. I was like, oh, who's this joker? and then Jenna T Wisconsin. I'm like, this has got to be a prank call.
Dude, you got to educate this thing.
You just talked.
Dude, it hung up on me the first time.
Did it?
So.
That was me because it came through as just 7 or something. I'm like, nope.
Oh.
But then I saw a call again. I was like, all right, I think this is a real caller. You hung out and stuck through. We get prank callers now, by the way.
Or a consistent prank caller.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
we
get I call them contextual prank callers.
Yeah.
They'll call in and like, oh, dude, I got this story, man. I was hunting the deer. And then they go on and on. Next thing you know, then they drop the hammer. You're like, damn it! And you just never know. You just never know. Well, you were part of deer camp last year. What are you doing this year?
Dude, this year I am literally going to walk out my door, down my trail, and go sit in my stance like 65 yards from my house, and I can't wait.
Nice.
Dude, you got a beautiful property. So Kurt is where I hunted on Sunday.
Yeah, that is a nice property. Totally.
Yeah, I shared it with Greg
dude.
here on Onyx so he could tell me if I was right or wrong about what I was thinking.
Don't worry, I won't be over, I promise.
Don't worry, he's got like
I'm
the
excited.
giantest dog in the world.
Sweet.
He's got a miniature horse for a dog.
I'll bring a saddle.
Yeah. He won't let you do that, but you could try.
What are you gonna shoot? What are you gonna snack on? What do you got going on?
I'm going to be shooting 12 gauge and snacks. I haven't even really thought about it, man. My thought is wake up early. I'm taking my 11-year-old with me, and then go sit for a few hours, come back in and have like a proper breakfast and do some stuff around the house, and then go back out mid-afternoon.
You're going to need to have something to entertain that 11-year-old for at least the first hour of daylight. So I'm thinking peanut M&Ms.
Well, all right, I'll take your advice.
But remove them from the bag first.
They put them in a Ziploc or something.
Yeah.
Something less
crinkly. He actually, last year, he sat with a friend of mine out in Cedarburg, and he prepped them and just said, hey, man, when we get in the stand, you just need to sit still, not make any noise, no talking. And he just sat there like a robot, my friend said. He didn't budge, he didn't move, he just sat there. And they ended up getting a pretty decent buck.
Sweet.
So,
can't complain about that.
We'll see.
Yeah, and you said you got some bucks running around on your property, right?
Yeah. When we were setting the stand up, one we literally just shoot one right out of the woods, and then a friend of mine was in the woods and he saw one, a different one. He said it was much larger than the other one we saw, but it was right at dusk and he didn't have a clean shot on it, so he didn't take it. That was with bow, obviously.
Cool.
So.
Oh yeah.
So we shall see.
I threw a good sit at it out there and. Nothing. Then I started walking out through the thicket. That's a thick property you got there. I could I got myself literally stuck in like some tree, shrubbery craziness going on down in the swamp bottom. I was like, I can't even freaking move. I have the Cadillac on my back, and then I was like, shit, I forgot my bow.
The Cadillac or the Yugo?
Yeah, I don't know, man. So I had to go back and get my bow, and then I found a slightly easier path out. But on the way out, I saw like tons of beds, man, tons of beds. I mean, you definitely got deer bedding down in that area.
Yeah, if it's thick, that's prime bedding area.
That tree that I was in, you got rubs right along that path there, so they're rubbing it up. It didn't look too big. I didn't see any super tall rubs, but I mean, you're definitely gonna have you're gonna have a shot at something, I think.
Especially if you keep that property unpressured, it'll be good. It'll be money.
So, I'm talking to my neighbors around here, and not everyone. Let's say 50% of the people hunt their land.
Okay.
And every single year they get multiple deer. So it's I've had a couple people knock on my door and ask if they can hunt. But if you're not Eric, you're not hunting. So.
It's like the only private property I've ever gotten permission to hunt.
That's awesome.
And, like we've become good friends over the years, so like I'm not going to squander that at all.
No.
We're going to go build a tree stand this spring, I think.
There you go.
So.
Heck yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. And so if I do get one, I'm going to attempt butchering it myself as well. So I want the full experience.
It's not a bad thing. I've been doing it ever since pretty much I could walk. My dad worked for a meat cutter and learned how to butcher deer. I'm not saying everything he does is probably the correct way, but I've learned a few other things along the way on what to do and what not to do. But it's not bad. And, what's even more fun when you got a group, like last year I had a group of guys. I'm the only one that shot a deer, I believe. And we all, it's like ants on an anthill. Everybody goes at it with a knife. And, before we know it, we had it all in quarters and everything laid out, hide off of it. And, they're asking me how to trim it off the bone.
Super fun.
Yeah.
It's a great process.
It's a good process and everybody learns something.
Dude, Kurt, thanks for calling in, but I'm gonna bring in the next caller, so I'm gonna let you go. But good luck this weekend, buddy. Stay safe, have fun.
Yeah, good luck out there, Kurt.
Yeah, man. Same to you guys.
All right, bud. Adios.
Take care.
Yep.
Greg, you're live on the Word Hunt podcast. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Eric?
Greg, meet Greg. Greg and Greg.
Two Gregs don't make it right.
I know.
Oh boy,
this won't be a confusing deer camp at all. Greg's coming with us.
Yeah, right.
Greg's coming with us.
Hey, how you doing?
Yep, going good, man.
Where are you going?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty exciting. It's fun here. Well, I'm bringing Remington 308.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where
you're going? Sighted in. Yep, Wyalusing.
There you go.
Wyalusing State Park.
Is that a girl?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I went shooting with Joel actually last week Saturday, sighting it in, and it's ready to go. We're ready to go.
Beautiful. Well, I mean, but you're a lefty, so but you can shoot righty too. You're ambidextrous, and you're probably one of the better marksmen I've ever met.
Cool.
Well, thanks, man.
People give you their guns for you to sight them in. So you might not be the best deer hunter, but you're definitely the best frickin' marksman in the woods. So we're not going to have a problem with you this year, shooting any frickin' deer.
No, I'm the city slicker. So Joel said it's because I haven't developed any bad habits.
Probably the case.
Well, you got trained by the best of them. I mean, I'm trying to coax it out of here. I'm just waiting for you to tell me what I want to hear.
I don't know what you want.
Why are you such a good shot? Why are you such a good shot?
Oh, are you talking about like the military or something like that?
Yeah, but even specifically the particular job you did in the military.
Sure. I was a machine gunner back in the day.
That's why you can shoot guns like nobody's fucking business.
Right. And that's why you shoot the machine guns right-handed. So I shot those right-handed and the M16 left-handed. So.
Yeah, I know you never just tell people, so I had to make you tell us.
Yep, I figured. So.
Well, we'll get you a tin of chew so you can dip your heart out, and we'll put you in front of some deer, and you can help us bring them home.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. So I have actually have my wife sitting right next to me. So.
Hi, Angie, and Greg. We'll probably either have you drive with Joel over here, or we'll come pick you up. But we're leaving Saturday. Sorry, we're leaving Friday morning.
Don't you do it.
We're leaving Friday morning at 9:30 or 8:39. That's what I meant to say.
He's already going to have us running late for opening day. That's no good.
I'm drinking scotch. I mean, it's podcast.
I'm going to have to commandeer your vehicle. Jeez.
Yep. So that's it. That's what we got. We got one caller behind you, Greg. I'll hit you up offline, and I'm super stoked you're coming this year. Someone had to make up for Clayton missing it. The only person that didn't call in yet is Kulas. I can't believe it.
What is Kulas? Did he call or no?
No, not yet. But I do have someone behind you named Mike, so I don't know if that's the Mike that we're looking for. But
Roger.
All right, we'll let you go, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care, guys.
All right, we'll see you.
Adios.
Bye.
We got one other caller. Mike, you're live on the Word Hunt podcast.
What's going on, guys? It's Mike Kretschmer. How you doing?
Mr. Kretschmer.
Oh, you got someone you know.
Well, I know who he is.
Well, you know
I've
everybody.
never met him in person.
Yeah.
But, I try to be positive.
I'm right down the road from you guys, so we got to hook up one of these days.
Yeah, we should.
Rock on.
Absolutely.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I'm in Heartland, so.
Yeah, you're killing time outdoors.
Yep. I'm actually just uploading a new ice fishing episode here finally. So.
Sweet.
Where'd you go for that?
Yeah, I'll be hunting up in Washington County. Okay. I got my trusty BPS shooting Hornady SSTs.
Sure.
They're deadly. I mean, they are by far the best round out of in my opinion, out of a rifled barrel for a shotgun. I mean, they've been around for a while.
They have been.
They're just deadly. I've shot them out to 100 yards. They're a great round. If you haven't shot them, they're something to give a try. And then I got a brand new Odd 6, a Weatherby, and I'm shooting the Hornady Precision Hunters out of it. It's a good gun so far. I'm hoping to shoot my first deer this year with it, and shooting a Vortex optics on it. So it's something new. So I'm gonna take them both with me. And
yep. Yeah, I just hung a new Vortex on my Browning. So
Mike's shooting too. My buddy Mike.
It's a nice scope for the money. Yeah. I mean, you pay quite a bit more for. I mean, I like loophole scopes. Don't get me wrong; they're a great scope. But for the money, Vortex is really a nice optic, and I'm looking forward to using it. So, but I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm.
Yep. On my slug gun, I have the shotgun scope for the Leopold, and that thing is just awesome. And then I went with the Vortex this time. I have a pair of binos that I absolutely love. I love their warranty, Wisconsin product. So I went with that, and I've been happy with it. And we'll see what happens on Saturday. So, and then I'm gonna pretty much take my kid on Sunday afternoon. He's 11. He went with me last year when I shot that big one. Got lucky with my lucky charm, and
sweet.
So it's his turn.
That's cool.
So yeah, so and then we'll do a little waterfowl hunting in between Thanksgiving and get out for the second weekend.
Lots
the
of
time
outdoors. Good
that's
for you.
the time to go to go do waterfowl hunting because everybody's in the woods chasing the buck, and you could be out there blasting some awesome greenheads or shooting any of the puddle or the diver ducks that are coming through, and golden eyes.
There's a lot of types of birds.
He's been really getting into that, so on whatever he wants to do, I've been hunting so long, and it's on to what him and the boys want to do, and I'm just all for it. Whatever they want to waterfowl hunt, they want to deer hunt, whatever he wants to do, I'm game for it. But
that's awesome.
I just wanted to call and say hi. I've been listening the last couple of weeks, and I'm jonesing to get back out there. I shot my buck early this year, and
yeah, you did. You shot a
I'm
monster.
just a little jacked. Yeah, I got lucky with that one. That's a lake country deer. I had the barometer right and wind right, and I passed up two probably in the 125, 130 range, kicking myself thinking I'm crazy for passing these deer for the areas I hunt. And he came out right after they did, and I'm like, gimme. So, yeah, it was definitely an awesome opportunity. So, but, all right, you gentlemen, have a good night and good luck. Stay safe.
Man. Yeah.
No problem. We'll talk and let's hook up, and maybe I'll jump on the show one of these nights.
We'd love it.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So,
definitely
cool all right.
Stuff.
All right.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Joel, you're live on the Weird Hunt podcast. What's up, bud?
Not much. I just got kids down, so I thought I'd tune in and I'd call in right away.
You're our last caller.
How everything's going.
You just missed Greg and
I'm glad at least got in.
So we had almost the whole entire group on.
We just need my dad and Mike to call in, but we're not going to wait around for those goofs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate you waiting around for me then.
I guess you're less goofy, maybe more goofy. I don't know. But you got a buck with the bow, the crossbow, right?
Yes. Yes, I did.
It's a
harder shot. I don't like taking a front-on shot, but I had to take what I could get. So.
Well, you got the job done, right?
Oh, yeah. It worked phenomenal. I had the perfect shot placement, so it worked out good. So.
Excellent.
And
it helps when the bow is sighted in.
Ground and pound, you just got them from a spot and stock, or how'd you make it happen?
No, I was actually hunting one of my buddy's ground blinds. It was on the edge of a cornfield that they kind of travel quite frequent. So he had the blind set up for his daughter. She's the what I called the other week or whatever.
Yep.
And talked about how she killed that 4-pointer. That's the same stand that she was in, and that's where they travel. So. He had it all set up for her, and now she'd gotten her, so now I can hunt that property because I kind of laid off that property so that she could get her deer first. So,
cool, dude. So, where are you going? What are you bringing for a gun?
I'm gonna go out west to the west side of the state. You know where? I'm gonna go out there, bring my gun and my vest, and that should be all I need.
That's right. So I'm wearing it.
Yeah, you gotta wear the vest. So I'm about to brush mine off and get the cobwebs off it, so it only comes out for the special hunts.
Joel, why don't you tell Greg here the tradition behind the vest that you started?
And before you get started, that's usually what I hunt out of is my game vest. So I use it for squirrel, rabbit, pheasant, and deer hunting.
Yeah, I've had this.
Easy to move. But anyway.
Yeah, well, this is an old school denim vest with a little wool lining that's pretty well worn out completely. So, I got it from my uncle.
Is this a blaze orange
hunting in it.
It's a fat Canadian tuxedo
type. Yeah.
No, it's a straight southern tuxedo. The denim
tuxedo.
Little jean jacket with little buttons in the middle. It fit me when I was 12, and I'm still trying to wear it. I can't button it no more, but I still wear it. It goes underneath my hunting clothes.
Old habits die hard.
We determined. Did you?
Oh yeah.
You've heard the story of the buck that got sniffed out of the woods that Joel sniffed out.
I did.
But he didn't sniff it until totally disconnected from each other. I put on my vest. And when I put on my vest, I shit you not, within 1 second later, my phone rings and Joel says, I think I found your deer. Everyone that got a deer was wearing a vest. I didn't find my deer until I put my vest on.
Then you better wear the vest.
So we're just saying,
we're
folks,
all wearing vests.
You got to wear the
This
vest.
is how it is.
The best.
Oh, yeah, I wear my vest every time I go out, for a special hunter.
So
I should be wearing it for bow season, but I don't for some reason. It's probably why I got skunked last year.
Could be.
So that's our deer camp. I don't even know what you want to call that. Tradition? I don't know. Superstition?
You're not cool unless you wear a vest.
Yeah. That's pretty much been it. I mean, if you don't wear a vest, you kind of get shunned a little bit in our deer camp.
Well, then I'm in good company.
Well, not shunned, but...
Well, Joel used to get shunned for wearing the vest, but now the tables have turned.
Yeah.
He really started it off. So.
Oh, yeah.
Trendsetter.
Everyone knocked it at first, and then I started racking up some deer here and there, and suddenly everyone starts wearing vests, and everyone starts getting deer, so it seems to be working.
Super funny. Well, bud, I can't wait to see you Friday morning and drive on out. So with that, you're our last caller of the night. We're going to let you go, and we're going to wrap this beast up.
Yeah, I get to shake hands
with
a deer-sniffing legend.
That's right.
Are you kidding me right now?
Give me right meow, meow. All right, Joel. We'll talk to you.
All righty, sounds good. I'm glad I got the call in, so I'll have to
thanks for calling, man.
Pull it up and listen to it once it gets posted.
There we go. It'll be up tonight. The podcast.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right.
Whoa.
All right, later.
Where did you take that?
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, I took it where we always take it.
You went above and beyond.
To infinity and beyond.
Uh-huh.
All right. Hey, folks, that's a show. That's a wrap. You got anything to wrap up with? Or
I got nothing.
All right.
Other than be safe, be kind to your fellow hunters.
Yeah, have
Wear
fun
your
out there.
safety harness if you're climbing a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure of your target and what is beyond. I mean, I don't know. We can keep going on with all sorts of hunter safety, cool stuff.
Yeah, keep your finger straight off the trigger until you're ready to fire.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. But thanks for tuning in, folks. You have a good night. The podcast will be live in a little bit.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
See you later.